Well, welcome to day 7. Day 7 is all about stress management, and I've left it till the end because it's probably one of the most important things that you can master in this day and age. A lot of people, I'll get Alpha and Django in just in case there's Alpha, there's Django, in case I miss them. When you talk about stress management, a lot of people automatically think of meditations, which I highly recommend, but please don't get stuck on that and switch off and think, oh, meditations, I want nothing to do with that and whatever. Stress management is, it can be looked at on a lot of different ways, so I'll try and cover a few things in this video. Do you react to external environments and stuff like that? As a 5 sensory human, as most of your the way you live and everything else is a reaction to external events, thoughts within inside of your head, emotions and stuff like that. Or you're learning to respond responsibly and everything else, and that's based, instead of being just the 5 sensories, which is external, it's multi-sensory. So you're starting to look at the intuition, how you feel. You recognize that when the sensations inside of your body, and I won't go deep on this one, the 7 energy centers in your body, the chakra systems, each of them will give sensations, So when there's a thought comes in your head, emotions, an external event, if you learn to quiet the mind down and everything else, you learn to recognize what them sensations are. When I say quiet the mind down, like the teaching Vipassana, if you were to look through a very still lake, you can see right away through at the bottom, so things become clear and not distorted and everything else. But if you're looking in turbulent water, you can't see nothing, It's just all chaos and everything else. And that's how a lot of people live their lives, because of what they see on the television, social media and all this sort of stuff. So when I say stress management, it's about learning to just to be calm, balance things out whenever you've got excess potential. So if your mind really wants something, or you're putting excess potential in, it brings in balance into your system, and that's not what you want. I recommend that you click on my name on this video, and you'll be able to see the other Core7 items. So I'd specifically draw your attention to quite all of them, really, but detox. So it's not just stress management as in the way you think, it's stress management inside the body. You want all of the toxins out. Breath, I would absolutely come to that one. I've covered that in detail, so take a look at that one. You want to be breathing correctly, which is like deep, slow belly breaths. You want to be inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth slowly for longer than that you are. Obviously, when you're breathing through your nose, you're stimulating nitric oxide production and stuff like that. So this is good. And this is the thing about stress management. If you think about your autonomic nervous system, which we all have one, most people live in the sympathetic nervous system. If you have a look at what that does, that keeps you in the fight and flight state. So how does your body respond to that? It produces, adrenaline and cortisol. All these things are really bad for vascular inflammation and more. But it mobilizes your body, ready to either fight or run away, So puts all of the blood to the extremities and the muscles and stuff like that, and away from your organs, so you can apply common sense to that and know that's not good. It's good if somebody's in a back lane and comes at you with a knife, or, of course, But to live 24/7 like that, that's why chronic disease is such a epidemic around the entire world. It's because people don't know how to regulate their own bodies. And you do these sorts of things by basically listening to all my videos in the Core7. They are good points. So with stress management, I'll touch on some of the things. I'll make a few statements and just take from it what's good for you. If there's something that you disagree with or whatever, it's okay to put a comment below, or just toss it in the bin. You don't need everything. I always say to me 3 boys, if you want a strong body and everything else, go to the gym. If you want a strong mind and have resilience and and be in control of your life, meditate, you know. It's all about calming down the mind. You'll know yourself when you get in the shower or anything like that. You get all of these great thoughts that come into your mind. It's just because you're relaxed and calm. So the goal is to get yourself into the parasympathetic nervous system. You do that by calming the system, by breath, by monitoring your thoughts. So on that, we'll come on to Vipassana meditation. That's the thing that changed my life. Happy to do a separate video on that if it would help. But Vipassana, it's a 10-day silent retreat. You know, allow to look at people, talk, all that sort of stuff. The idea is you go inside, you learn all about the energy body, and you become the observer. So you're observing these thoughts and sensations that come into your body, and it's about not having the monkey mind jumping all over the place, and you recognize what these are, you know, the sensations, and you monitor them. They follow the path of life, the rise, the peak, and then the fade away. That's the releasing of a sankhara. I won't go any deeper on that. So if Vipassana is something that's worth going into, if you want us to go deep on that, obviously I can. So just let us know and I could do a separate video. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza, again, I won't go deep here, but it's all about, you know, becoming more familiar with your body, the heart, mind, coherence, getting them into a line, being in the parasympathetic nervous system. I never touched on the breath. Yesterday, the breath, I could have went, you know, for example, me and Eve have mastered it's not a kundalini breath, but it's like that sort of thing where you can bring the mind out of the body, and so I could talk about that as well. I don't want to distort this one. Stress management is absolutely huge. I think, without knowing the actual data, I think within our elevated blood pressure group, I reckon 90% of the concerns and theirs due to poor stress management. It's you know, we see all the time people talking about white coat syndrome. That's just anxiety. It's you're pre-anticipating when you go into your doctor. You're getting nervous and your body tightens and all your vessels tighten and all that sort of stuff. And that's all it is, you know. So if you learn to master that, and I know it's hard, but it's not. It's like when you first. You know, as a kid, you got on the bike and it's like, I can't do it, it's hard. Well, actually it wasn't, you know, it was just a case of practicing, you know. And I would suggest that there's Alpha and Django sprinting away looking for things to chase. I would suggest that it's probably the biggest thing in the world that you could do for your mental health, physical health and everything else is to learn to understand your own body, how your body responds to external stimuli. So what you see on the news, which I haven't watched the TV since 2019, so you choose what you want to do, what you see on social media, what you hear from friends, whatever it may be, how do you respond to that? You know, do you respond in fear or do you respond in love? And here's a very good point actually. We're up to 8 minutes, so I'll try and stop before 10. Is that whenever you do anything in your life, and it could be driving your car, it could be going to work, it could be seeing your partner when you come in the house, whatever it may be, whatever you're thinking or the way you're acting and doing whatever, try and put a pause into that and ask yourself, is this based in fear or is it based in love? And if you recognize sensations inside your body and the sensations aren't nice, the pain or compression or whatever, then there's no debate. It's based in fear. So the question then would become, what would love do? You know, could I change the intention behind this thought, action, or whatever, and would that change the outcome? And what you'll find is, again, it's not a debatable point. The answer is yes, it will. Will it happen immediately? Might not. Just means that you're not that good. So that's okay as well, you know, just keep trying, keep practicing. So yeah, stress management is a huge thing. I mean, I could go on and talk about this forever. I don't want to do that. I think I've covered the main things really. I suggest looking through all of the Core7 items. Stress is, you know, physiological inside your body, all of the toxins and stuff, I've covered that. Breath is probably the biggest thing that you can do to control, and We do it all. You breathe 20,000 times a day. Learn how to breathe properly. You'll find that your life will totally change very, very, very quickly. You're a modern thinker. You're a person who's open. You're a person who realizes times are changing and everything else. The world of the 3D external power force breakdown, which I've conquered myself, is gone. You know, there's a new world approaching, and again, you hear masculine and feminine. And if somebody said to me, Scott, you need to learn the feminine skills, no, I'm alpha male, and oh, how a load of ignorance and rubbish. You know, so the feminine energies are coming into the world, and that doesn't mean for a man that you're soft. It means that you're learning to feel and be aware and become more in tune with your body. And through that, true authentic power comes, you know. So if an alpha male is listening to this and he thinks he's really tough and all this sort of stuff, and he's 100% masculine like I was, I can assure you that you've got a lot more potential. You know, you need to tune into the feminine side, and you'll find that your powers will magnify 1,000-fold, you know. So I don't know what else I can cover for stress management. It's super important. It's what lies at the root of all chronic disease and everything else. You know, I've put a thing in the group before about everything stems from, you know, thoughts and belief systems, and I got a lot of comments back saying utter rubbish, abuse, all that sort of stuff, and that's totally fine. That statement still holds. I still stand behind it. I know factually it's true. That's okay as well. So stress management, super important. There's young Django. There's young Alpha. If I've missed anything and you want to query it or whatever, go ahead and ask, because stress management's an area I know like very, very well and deeply. If you got value from this video, highly appreciate it if you go and put a like on it. Tells Facebook that there was value, and help it to share it with other people in the group, so more people get help and support from it. If you put a comment on, even better. Share, even better. So that's it. That's the end of the Core 7, where we've covered all of the things. I'm not going to say what they are. You can click on my name at the top and look over the last 7 days. You'll see them all. So that's it. Thank you very much. Bye from me. Bye from them. Cheers.